Can you just tell us a bit about the changes, especially Wes making his first Super Rugby run on stuff for the Lions?
Yeah, I think the big secret is, especially this year with World Cup here, is that to make sure that we rotate players well. And it's not always a case when you lose now you make the 5-6 changes. We did say, in fact, Stefan Levis was picked for the Argentina game and he got sick. So that's why, he's going to get his chance now. So the rest of the small changes we made are really rotational because we did win the game and there's no need to, no one really had a bad game.
It would be a bit diabolical of you guys to sort of underestimate the Stormers side after
not,
one ride around the Super Rugby.
No, not even close. It's Newlands, it's Cape Town. It's a very proud franchise and they'll bounce back like never before, I can tell you that. And we all know it. We believe what happened at Loftus was a case of, maybe they underestimated the Bulls. They're still a very strong side. I think they've got about 11 or 12 Springboks in that setup, so they're very strong. No, we're under no illusion,
Do you look at it as if they can't be any worse?
Yeah, you know what, Liam, we've had games where we lost, we got a 50 and then win the next one. So Flecky said it, they're moving on, it's the next game they're focusing on. Yeah, for us it's the first South African derby game and it's nothing but that. Because it's if you're going to look at previous results, we'll make a big mistake. We didn't play good rugby really in Argentina, we played effective rugby. It was very humid, it was very hard, we kicked more than we normally do. We had to divert a bit. It's a strong side that, apart from the 7 and the 10, all of them played against the Springboks. So it's a very strong side in Argentina. So we had to go and play effective. So we're focusing just on our job. We want to be better as well.
Did you have to reset this week because there's obviously emphasis on winning the game last week? Is it obviously a new week? Do you have to reset for the Stormers?
We've got a lot of new players, and it will be so unfair, to set long-term things and stuff for them. So even more than last year, we are process-driven. 20 minutes and the next 20 and that sort of thing. To think anything beyond that will be foolish at this stage.
So as you maybe had to change your routine a bit this week, having you off back on Monday and travel back and all of that?
Yeah, that trip back from Argentina is a tough one. You leave the morning in their time about 7 o'clock and then you spend 3-4 hours in Sao Paulo and then you only get on a 11-hour flight back. So you leave there 7 o'clock Sunday morning, you arrive at 8 o'clock Monday morning. So it's tough and on the bodies. But we've got a brilliant medical staff and the plan to go late worked well. It worked for us against the Waratahs. I know it's a different direction, but that is working well. The challenge is now, it's a bit tougher now, the fact that we came back. But we're not overcoaching, we're taking it easy, and the focus is really to get the bodies going.
Was there at least time for the team to give you a birthday cake on Monday?
Yeah, they did, eh? No, I was so tired and under the weather. I didn't realize I'm about 90 now, but yeah, it was a great surprise. Thanks.
Sorry, so I just want to go back to the selections. Your Martinez and Kocher playing together, just your thinking around that.
We've done it before, you guys can recall. Waratahs last year, a few of those games we did do it. It's a kind of game, the problems will come at the breakdown. They especially when you come on the on the rebound after a loss, that's the one area we'll have to be very good on. So to play with 2 6 flankers is maybe not a bad idea at this stage.
And then what do you think Ron Combrink will bring to your side that you perhaps didn't have last week, or maybe at times last year even, when he didn't make the starting team?
Yeah, he brings the right footer. We played with a bunch of left footers, so you must set up first to get the kicker into place. So for starters, he is a Springbok. He plays 15 and wing comfortably. So he brings a extra dimension. He is Combrink. He's good for the team and for everyone. So it's nice to have him back.
And then on the bench, you've got a lot of speedy guys there with Sylvian and a few. You're looking at how important do you think the bench is going to be in the later stages of the match, and why specifically Gianni Lombard this week and Sir Mahuza?
Look, especially I told the bench from the word go that we're going to rotate there more than on the other positions as well, to make sure we blood the squad. There's a lot of new young players, very good players. So apart from rotational, it is I think the first 20 minutes is going to be fierce, and then the last 20 you might need some pace on that pitch. They still have very good fast players, we mustn't forget that.
So have a look at Marvin Rory's stats from last weekend. His tackle count was pretty high, something that a guy like Franco Mostert used to do for a lot for the Lions. Do you see him taking up that role, and what do you expect of Stefan Levis this weekend?
Yeah, firstly on Marvin, it was great. Yeah, the amount of tackles he made, I think it was most in Super Rugby this last weekend. He's a wonderful player. He is a Springbok. He's got his cap. So if he carries on like this, I see higher honours for him. He was just unreal. And in fact, it was 93% was our tackle completion, which is the best we achieved. We never got it right last year to get that amount going. And he was instrumental. Yeah, and then Stefan Levis, I coached as a junior years back at the Sharks. I know him so well. You know, he's from here, from Hoërskool Elderrein up the road here. And he can play 8, he can play 7. He's an aerial guy, he's a good lock. So he'll be good. He's already good for the team.
So it's just Nick Groom, he's had a bit of an injury disrupted start to his Lions career. I mean, it was a very stop-start last year, but many people hailed his performance in Buenos Aires, just how calm he was and how he controlled his thing. Has he sort of like, set up his career now here, and are you chuffed with his progress?
Definitely so. That's why I was so chuffed when we got Nick. For the kind of game especially we wanted to play, we wanted really to see if we can pin them down in their area and almost go against what we stand for with our brand. It was very slippery, the ball, and he was perfect for the game, and he did so well.
Just a word on young Nadir from the Bulls that you got on loan. What's your...
Yeah, it's just on the centre position. We had a young Laurits van der Schuyf who's got, unfortunately, another bad knee. He was a really up-and-coming youngster at 12. And Franco is a guy, he'll fit in nicely with our culture. He reminds me a bit of Rowan Jansen van Rensburg, the way his demeanour and how he plays. So we need a bit of backup there at the centre position. He played Super Rugby for the Bulls, and he's playing under, there he played in the shadows of Jesse Creel and those kind of guys, So he'll do well with us. He's here on loan from the Bulls, but he's just now at practice he did very well.
So do you think it's maybe, I suppose from a coaching point of view, all the hype that's gone on this week about Robbie Fleck and them losing that first game, for a first game it seems almost a bit overboard. Do you feel? Oh
yeah, absolutely, Brenden. You almost laugh at it. So the Bulls has got a massive team. They've got a Springbok spine. If you look at Skalk and Loot, and then you go Dwayne, 2 Springbok scrum off with Pollard and Galant, that's a Springbok spine, So they did well to get those guys coming into their system, and they have a very strong team at Loftus. So, and it's a away game for Robbie and the guys. So I think the hype is way too much. On that first game. The Crusaders, how many times they won the cup and lost the first couple of games? So it's early days. It's way too soon to make an issue about it.
So with Ivan Seconds being the referee, does that add to give them the advantage, or how do you see?
I rate Egan as a ref, really. He was a great player as well. He understands rugby. I'll always enjoy when an top player refs. They understand the space. They understand offside lines, and I'm glad. I'm very pleased that it's Egan.
Swys, you just said it's still early days, but you guys, I know there's been a lot made of the first win in Argentina. So, do you feel like, do you sense, even though it's still the first game in the new competition, do you sense that this team has grown from the years that you've started with this whole process, and that this year they're in a really good space and they've matured with the youngsters going? Just about the mental space of the team.
Yeah, it's good at this stage. I must say there's a lot of guys that we lost, but the guys we got in our systems with the youth systems is very good. Under 19s, under 21. So all those guys slotted in. They've played our style for 2 years. They've won junior cups. So I must compliment Bart Skuman and the guys who got those guys and the systems going, so that we have those guys. So they slot in lovely. There's not a single youngster when he gets opportunity who feels out of his depth or whatever. So the feeling is very good in the camp, and it is tough. We did lose a lot of players and good players, but life carries on. It's a new season and it's an exciting season. The one thing why we don't want to put on them whatsoever is unnecessary pressure. So that's why we're more process driven than ever before.
So it's just on these rotational changes, is that in consultation with Rassie and the plan going forward to the World Cup?
Yes, obviously it's World Cup year, and everyone, we need to support Rassie as the guy in charge there, and we will utilize the guys well right through, and all four the coaches will do that. But he's not going to force it down onto anyone and that sort of thing. So, like Apiwe now, it's maybe, he played for the Barbarians as well. He played a lot of rugby, so it's good to bring him off the bench for a change. We'll do that sort of thing continuously to make sure that we help Rassie, but we got to help ourselves definitely first. And as Rassie said, there's 2.5 months after the last Super Rugby game that he's got time to prepare, and that's a long time. It's almost like an off-season. So I got to say it again, we 100%. The effort is about our team and our franchise and the Lions and that sort of thing. So we know in the back of our minds there's a bigger picture with the Springboks, but that's definitely not the overriding factor for anyone at this stage, and not from Rassie as well.
Just look at the Stormers, they didn't do too badly in terms of the set piece against the Bulls last weekend. So where do you think that you can sort of break them down and try to find weaknesses in their game?
It's a very good question. What they go and do now, they watch at their mistakes and they rectify it. So for us just to look at what they did wrong and try and capitalize, they'll fix that. So if you understand what I'm saying, so we'll focus on what we're doing much more than what we're going to get from them. They're an all-round team, as I mentioned earlier. I don't know exactly how many Springboks they have, but I think it's about 11, 12 current Springboks. So they mature top players. So you just got to focus on what you do and be ready for them. Obviously, we've got a plan or two, that we want to try.
Any more questions?
Yeah, Coach, when you have a line out in the 22, can the fans expect prime time? Because last year you guys led the stats on that, and tries, of course, from line outs.
Yes, look, we still stand for the same thing. We want to score a lot of tries. We did add another value. We want to, and we did it already, we want to up our defensive systems and give more time at practice and be fair to Joey, our defence coach, to make sure that there's enough time given for defence. So we do want to score a lot of tries, but we definitely want to up our defensive effort, as we showed already in game 1.